Hi everyone, my name is Marianne, and what I'd like to talk about in this video is dealing with disagreements in a healthy way. So as a couple, or even you can talk about this when it's just not just to do with relationships, but also with family or with friends or any type of disagreement that you have. We're always going to have disagreements with people, so that is not the issue. It's not about eliminating disagreements. It's not about never arguing or never having disagreements. It's about how you deal with them in a healthy way. So the key thing is that anytime you get to a situation where you are confronting another person, or you're challenging them about their behavior, or you're pointing out and criticizing the things that they do, the number one thing that they're going to do a lot of times is become defensive. I even do it. I'm a counsellor. I know all the tricks, but even me, if someone is just standing there saying, you did this, and you always make me feel like this, and you haven't done enough of this, and you blah, 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 and it's just constant like criticism, it just, within a person, they're just going to feel like they're being attacked, and then they're going to go on the defensive. So this is why it's really important, first of all, to recognise that the people closest to you are sometimes going to want to give you some feedback. They're sometimes going to interact with you in a particular way, but it doesn't mean that you have to react. So there's 3 tips that I'm going to give you. So the first one is to use I statements. So using an I statement, this is something was one of the first things we learned when I was training as a counsellor. So using I statements means that you would say, I feel, or I believe, or I am. So I am hurt by what happened yesterday. I feel sad about what is happening in our relationship. I would like us to have better communication. Have you noticed with all of those 3 I statements that I've just given examples, none of those are telling the person that it's their fault. None of those are blaming the person. You're just talking about how you feel, or you're just talking about the situation in general. The second thing to do when you're having a disagreement is have the outcome in mind. What do you want to get from this disagreement? Sometimes people will go into a disagreement with someone and it's that they want to be right, and they're going to keep arguing until they get their point across. Sometimes they want to win, so they're going to keep arguing. I've heard people talk about how they were arguing for hours, then they took a break, and then they were arguing again the next day, and then, or people that haven't spoke to each other for 3, 4, 5 days, and you just think, what do you want the outcome to be? So if you go into this disagreement with the idea that I want us to be on the same page, or it might be I want us to agree to disagree because we're never going to get there, or I want us to come to some sort of compromise, whatever it is that you want, that is what you need to have the outcome in mind of. Now, the third and final thing is to end the discussion, if you can, with an action plan. Now, the action plan only has to be 2 things. So one of the actions will be saying what you're going to do, and one of the actions is asking the other person what you would like them to do. So it might go something like, I feel hurt about where at the moment because we're not communicating in a good way. I want us to communicate better. So that would be the outcome. I'm going to try better that when you are talking to me, that I'm not going to get defensive and start raising my voice. What I would like you to do is when I'm talking to you, I'd like you to listen and also not walk away, because when you walk away, I feel, so it's still bringing it back to you. You're not saying to that person, it's your fault that because you keep walking away. So that's the reason I raise my voice, and that's why it escalates and blah, blah. You're not blaming them. You're saying how you feel. You're saying, you're also taking responsibility by saying what you're going to do, but you're also asking that other person of what you need from them and what you'd like them to do. So if you communicate in that way using I statements, having the outcome in mind, and setting an action plan of what you're going to do and what you would like them to do, a lot of times you can then have healthy disagreements that will lead to resolution, or at least you will agree to disagree. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, feel free to share it with other people. Also leave your comments. I'd love to hear what you think, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.